video is a video all about the elimination diet. I said I was going to do a video on the elimination diet and what exactly it is that my naturopath has said I can and cannot eat. I am finally in the reintroduction stage. It's been 4 months. So I have reintroduced bananas. That's where I'm at right now. And then my next one, I don't know if I'm ready. Like, I don't know if I want to reintroduce rice or potatoes. I haven't decided yet. But one of those I'm going to try. Possibly corn too. There's so many things I want to reintroduce and see if I'm allergic to. But basically, the reintroduction phase, how it works after you do this elimination diet for so many months, or weeks, or however long your body needs to do it, then you get to start reintroducing foods. And since you've eaten so clean, basically, if your body has a reaction to a food, you will know right away. Is basically how it works. So, for example, I'm pretty sure that if I ate wheat right now, I would know right away that I'm allergic to it. Because my skin will flare or different things will happen when I try different foods. So, like, it's just one of those things where you've pretty much detoxed everything out. So now when you introduce things back in, you'll know. And that's basically what this diet is for. And when you reintroduce foods, it's not just, oh, I'm going to try a banana. No, you need to eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, whatever food you're reintroducing for at least a few days straight, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So I've reintroduced bananas, and I'm not allergic to them. Yay! I ate, those, you get a whole thing of bananas. They have like 5 or 6 on them, a bunch of bananas, and I ate an entire bunch in a weekend, and then I bought 2 more, and I only have a few left. So throughout this whole week, I've been eating tons and tons and tons of bananas, adding bananas to my smoothies, eating them plain, putting them on my breakfast, anything like that. So lots and lots of bananas. And that's what you have to do when you reintroduce foods. But let's talk about eliminating first, because reintroducing is the second step. We have to first eliminate. So I'm going to go ahead and read the foods to avoid, and then you're going to say, holy crap, what do you eat? So, and then I'm going to tell you what I've been eating, and what it says you can eat on here. So, foods to avoid, starting in the vegetables column. Nightshades. So nightshades are anything like tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, peppers, cayenne, paprika, corn, mushrooms, and no frozen, canned, or jarred vegetables. So those, have to eliminate them all. Next, foods to avoid for fruit. Bananas, citrus fruit like oranges, grapefruit, limes, any of that, and dried fruit. You can't have dried fruit. So those all have to go away too. And same thing, canned, all that kind of stuff. So then, foods to avoid for grains. All gluten-containing grains. So it's not just wheat. It's wheat, rye, oats, and barley, unless you can get gluten-free oats, which I know you have to get like organic gluten-free oats. And basically, so that eliminates all your breads, flours, and pastas, pretty much, unless they're brown rice. So also, you can't have white rice. So for this one, the foods to eat, I'm going to say, well, you said I just eliminated pretty much all my grains, so these are the ones you can eat. You can have brown rice, millet, buckwheat, quinoa, tapioca, and amaranth. So those are the ones you can have. Millet or buckwheat or quinoa, not a fan. I've pretty much done all brown rice. But anyway, continuing. Legumes. Foods to avoid. Soybeans and soy products. Tofu, soy milk, soy sauce, tempeh, TVP. All have to avoid. Soy is a common allergen. And then nuts and seeds. So the nuts to eliminate are high fat nuts. So like peanuts. You can't have those. But you can have ones like almonds. And then animal product. Foods to avoid. You have to avoid all red meats. So beef, pork, bacon, sandwich meats, hot dogs, sausage, canned meats, shellfish, catfish, dairy, milk, cheese, butter, yogurt, eggs. You have to eliminate all that from your diet as well. So you can see how this was like, when I first read this, I was like, are you kidding me? And I'm not done. So then condiments, foods to avoid. Salt, that was the hardest one for me. I didn't last the whole elimination diet without salt. I reintroduced that right away because I couldn't do it. But anyway, salt, refined oils, margarine, shortening, all sweeteners, corn, brown rice, maple syrup, molasses, brown and white sugar, etc. So any type of sugar is out of your diet as well. And then the beverages to avoid. You have to avoid caffeinated beverages like coffee, black tea, soda, alcohol, dairy, milk, and other dairy products, soy milk, all fruit drinks high in refined sugars, and all vegetable drinks high in salt. So that is what you are eliminating. So when you look at that list, you're going, what do you eat? So on the other side of this handy sheet is foods to eat. So basically I could have all fresh vegetables, so onions, carrots, beets, leeks, celery, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, green beans, broccoli, asparagus, anything green pretty much. Pumpkin, squash, you can have sweet potato, yams. For fruit, you can have pretty much all fresh fruits, and you can have applesauce, like fruit sauce, but it has to be with no sugar added. And they said that Santa Cruz is a good one, and they also want you to eat organic pretty much as possible throughout this thing as well. Other things you can have, like I said, brown rice. You can have legumes like beans, navy beans, black beans, peas, fresh peas, split peas, snap peas. You can have lentils. You can have almonds, sesame seed, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, pecans, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, walnuts. You can have free-range chicken and turkey, organic lamb, wild game bison, wild deep water fish, so like salmon, halibut, red or cod, all those sardines. You can have rice milk sour cream, which I haven't seen it, so I'm not exactly sure what that is, but you can have oils, like the only oils you can have are olive and flax oil, so those are your oils. I also had grapeseed oil, because grapeseed oil is one that you can fry in, and it's not a refined oil. You can have all herbs, so for seasonings, parsley, coriander, garlic, ginger, oregano, you name it, you can pretty much have it. All spices, curry, cayenne, basil, cinnamon, cloves, like any of that stuff is fine. For spreads, tahini paste, nut butters, almond butter, hazelnut butter, cashew butter, apple butter, which apparently there's apple butter, I haven't tried that yet. You can have bean dips, so hummus, which is huge, that's what I've pretty much lived off of these last 4 months. You can have pesto sauce, and you can have a mustard sauce, but can't have any additives. Apple cider vinegar, brown rice vinegar, fresh lemon juice, and the only sweetener you can have is stevia. So if you want anything sweetened, stevia is the one you can have. And so beverages, lots and lots of water, but it has to be filtered. That's the trick. So she said no water from the tap, has to be filtered water. At least 500 liters a day. I struggle with that a lot. If you find 100% pure fruit or vegetable juice, you can have that. So if you have a juicer, that's really the best way to go with that. If you have a juicer to make your own. Herbal teas, you're allowed. So rubus, beja teas, peppermint, chamomile, licorice root, passion flower, dandelion, milk thistle, green teas, and then you can have rice milk and nut milks. And they said Pacific is the best brand, Breeze Pacific, or the nut milks are Breeze by Pacific, and the rice milks are Pacific as well. They're both Pacific brands. So that's what you can eat. I also she told me that wasn't on here, that she added was no white rice, only brown, which if I can't put soy sauce on it anyway, not really interested in rice. So after I've cut all those out and I've seen what I can eat, what do I do? Well, they give you a suggestion here on the bottom. So I'll tell you what their suggestion is, and I'll tell you that what I've done. So they suggested for breakfast approved grains, meats, and fruits. So they said you can have buckwheat, millet, brown rice, porridge with cinnamon and apples, pears and almonds, and rice milk or almond milk. So that was a suggestion. You can add fruit, nuts, and spices to the porridge while it's cooking. Makes fruits and nuts more digestible and adds flavor. So, and they said mix buckwheat, wheat, and millet together. Second option for breakfast is a fruit smoothie with a cup of rice or almond milk, a cup of fruit, so berries, pears, mangoes, which I tried mangoes and I had a reaction right away, so mangoes are not for me. Flax oil, basically I'm supposed to put flax oil in stuff as much as you can because it's really good for you. And they also said add a cup of rice or almond milk, a cup of fruit, a tablespoon of flax oil, and a half a tablespoon of tahinis, and then add a few almonds. That was what they suggested for a smoothie. And then I guess you can get stuff like buckwheat flakes and rice flakes and nutty rice cereal that you can find. And then it said wheat-free, gluten-free, plain, or blueberry waffles from Waffle Heaven or buckwheat waffles from Lifestream. Which I didn't get either. Now lunch and dinner, they just said approved organic chicken and turkey, wild game, fish, grains, legumes, cooked or raw vegetable soups and salads. Snacks, they said rice crackers with nut butter, tahini mix with miso paste, and vegetable toppings, sprout, cucumber, cooked beets, avocado, rice cakes, fruit, raw vegetables, handful of nuts, chips, sweet potato chips, taro chips or vegetable chips occasionally, but no potatoes, so no potato chips. So that's the elimination diet in a nutshell. I can tell you right now that the suggestions that they gave were not for me because I hate porridge and I didn't like the smoothie, and I couldn't have mangoes or anything anyway. So this is what I have done for 4 months, and I've lost 20 pounds, which is not the reason I did this, but it feels great, and I'm still losing, I've plateaued, so I'm not losing as fast anymore. When I add more exercise into my routine, obviously I lose more, but anyway. So, for breakfast I have a blueberry smoothie. I was given a ton of vitamins and supplements, which I showed in one of my vlogs, which I can't swallow. Every time I try to swallow pills, they go down the wrong tube or something. I start choking on them. So after a while, I start getting paranoid, and then you can't even get yourself to do it. So that was out for me. So I'm like, okay, I need all of my vitamins in the morning. So I take blueberries, and I usually just use water. I know it sounds real good. I dump in all of my vitamins and supplements and everything she's giving me. And then what I do is I take a teaspoon or so of stevia to get a little bit sweetened up. And then this last week I've been adding bananas, which when you start the elimination diet, you're not allowed to have bananas. So. And then I put in my magic bullet, I blend it up, and I drink it down as fast as I can. So that's what I've been doing for breakfast for the last 4 months. I did show on my last vlog that I made finally pancakes, but I didn't want to make pancakes until I could have syrup, because just eating plain pancakes is like, no thank you. So that's what I do for breakfast. For rice cakes, for any type of, for rice cakes are basically any type of time I want a snack. Rice cakes are my go-to thing. They have to be the original plain ones, brown rice cakes. You can't have any of the flavored ones because they have all sorts of stuff. So plain brown rice cakes. Those things pretty much got me through this entire 4 months. I dip them in hummus, which I really like hummus. If you don't like hummus, You could also do almond butter, which is also what I did. So I either spread almond butter on them, and I have this organic, it's not a sugar, it's coconut palm frauds, or I think it's called, with cinnamon in it. And I'd sprinkle that. It's kind of like a sweetener, even though it's not really. So I use that, a sprinkle on top. That's like a snack. Dip it in hummus. I have rice cakes. Like, I go through a bag of rice cakes, like at least once a day or once every other day. I use them a lot. And then for dinners, I have found a chicken noodle soup that worked really well for me, that I've made. And I showed that how to make that on one of my vlogs. I think the vlog is actually labeled chicken noodle soup. Chicken wings, I cook a lot. I just bake them, and then I make up my own spice, garlic. If you're doing no salt, you can add salt, but I couldn't do the no salt. I didn't last, but so garlic powder, a little bit of chili powder, and a little bit of salt is basically my allspice, and I sprinkle it over all of them and bake them in the oven. So that was another thing that I eat. Also, you can get chicken breasts or chicken cutlets. Like, if you want to cut the chicken breast in half, or Walmart just has chicken cutlets, which are smaller. Then I dip those in almond butter, and then brown rice flour. That's the only flour that I used with brown rice. I tried almond flour once and it didn't work. So then dip it in brown rice flour, back into the almond milk, back into the brown rice flour. And you can add whatever seasonings you want to the brown rice flour. Then I put a little bit of grapeseed oil in a pan, and cook those. And I'm actually going to be making those tonight. So that is another thing. And then what else have I eaten? I tried just doing chicken breasts. I got bored of that. My husband really liked this. It was kind of like a stir fry, which I could eat everything in it except for the vegetable broth had tomatoes in it. So I took a taste of it, and it was really good. But he tried it with me for a couple weeks. He lasted, and then he did gluten-free for a month, so I was pretty proud of him. Basically, vegetables, you have to get organic vegetable broth, ground turkey, cook that all up, and then you take brown rice, and you can either put the stuff on top of it once it's cooked, or you can mix the brown rice in. But if you're doing an elimination diet like me, you have to make your vegetable broth from scratch because you can't have tomatoes in it. So that's basically what I've been eating for 4 months. I don't like vegetables, but if you like vegetables, then there are lots and lots of greens are really good. And I hope that this has helped anybody who's thinking about doing the elimination diet. I could go on and on about this subject forever, but this video is almost 20 minutes now, so I'm going to stop it. If you have any questions, please ask them, and I will make another video answering all of them, just because I have run out of time. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helped you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!